Today I'm going to install software. I use a program called Ninite. It allows you to select all of these programs here, and it will automatically install them without any sort of prompts or annoying confirmation windows. It just kind of does it. I'm going to go ahead and do the get my Ninite. It'll automatically prompt because of the windows here. I'm going to open folder. I'm going to rename that to just Ninite. Okay. When I come back here, I say change apps. This is not required by any means, but I change apps and then I copy that out. I come back in here, new shortcut. And this allows me to know exactly what I installed on that last Ninite install set. So I'll go ahead and click run. Okay, so it's finished. So we can go ahead and hit close. And while we were sitting here, I decided that I also wanted to tear a copy. I'll just run Ninite once again. As you can see, it goes through, updates just the things it needs to, skips over the things it doesn't need to, and gives you a nice verification script there. You can also see that it puts a shortcut of that item on the desktop here. I don't want any of those, so I'm just going to select them all and delete them all. So it's time to give a restart. Okay, so we have gotten the restart done. Here's our antivirus. So it's saying that it wants a update. So we'll go ahead and do fix now. Alright, that's fully up to date. And then it always yells about getting the first virus scan done. So I'm just going to tell that to do it now. And I'll go ahead and hit close. It's still running in the background. I prefer Chrome. It allows me to save users. Alright, you can see that some of that's populating over here. I've got a favorite bar here. And this is one of the things that I really like about Chrome is I've never used Chrome on this computer before. Obviously I just downloaded it and it's gone ahead and downloaded all of the settings that I use on every other computer. And all of my shortcuts and things of that nature. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is we'll go ahead to this safer networking. This is a great piece of software that allows you to disable all of those Microsoft tracking functionalities. And while we're in this area, I'll go ahead and show you the what all of those wonderful installation configuration files did for us with selecting off for everything. And that is going to be under this privacy settings. So under here, general, most of that's off, but this item's on. Location, that's all off. That's nice. Camera, that's on, so I want to turn that off. Microphone, again, I want to turn that off. Speaking, account info, I want to turn that off. Contacts, I want to turn these off. These are all things that are on just by default. You have no control over them during installation. They just happen. Now, just because I'm turning some of these off doesn't mean that I can't use them. It just means that they're not going to be on by default and share with Microsoft by default. So I'll go to basic, I'll go to never, and this is just letting background items run. Alright. So now that we've downloaded that, I'm going to close out of it. I'll go to downloads. Go ahead with the Spybot Anti-Beacon and run that. I do accept. Alright, so this is a nice feature. Every time the system turns on, it'll run this and attempt to re-immunize you on everything there is. Unfortunately, when Windows does updates, they can add new functionality, and this will not immunize those new functionalities. It'll only immunize the things that you've told it to. And we'll go ahead and launch. And I'll go ahead and immunize the entire thing. Nice and simple. Alright. I want to turn all of these on. I'm not using any of the OneDrive features. Alright. So now if we, oops. If we go back into it, for some reason the telemetry host didn't get immunized properly. We'll go ahead and reactivate that. Well, it looks like our antivirus finished doing its first scan, so we'll close out of that. And you can see that that everything's now immunized. We'll go back into optional. Everything is still in the applied status there. So we can close out of that. Now there is a good point to make. Under privacy settings, this does change things, and so that's why you'll get some settings are managed by your organization. Spybot is the organization for us. Alright. So that's pretty much it, getting the computer initially set up and secure. We've got our antivirus, we've got telemetry and other functionality of that nature turned off. Again, that's not an issue against Microsoft trying to make money, but I don't want them sending data through the network and bogging down the system when it doesn't need it. As a media server, I'm going to have enough data transfer on this machine anyway. You know what? I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to go with CCleaner. CCleaner is a program that I use on a regular basis. It's put out by this, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Puriform. I always go with the free, but you can obviously go with the professional. It does have some additional cleaning capabilities, but for now we'll go ahead and do the free version. And once you go ahead and save it, I'll go ahead and run that. Alright, now I personally go in and I turn off this monitoring system. Again, I kind of feel it's software that is going to run that I don't necessarily need it to run. I usually set this up to run the cleaning aspect automatically in the background once a day, so I really don't feel like the monitoring's all that advantageous to me. And then go into advanced. And those are the settings that I typically start off with. I only delete files that are older than 24 hours, just to be on the safe side. Kind of gives me that buffer of 24 hours, depending on when it runs. Almost 2 full days to actually get it back, because I run this once a day. And then I hide all the warning messages, things of that nature. Now the first initial time that you run it, you will get those warning messages, but you can dismiss them, and then it saves that as a setting. Now this analyze button, it will run the scan, but it won't actually clean anything, whereas the run cleaner runs that same scan and then does the cleaning all at one time. So if you want to see what it'll do without actually removing anything, then you'll want to do the analyze. But to actually clean it, you'll have to do that run cleaner. So I keep running this manually until it doesn't come back with anything such as that. Now it does have this nice registry option. There is no automatic fix for it. You always have to do that initial scan. Every item that it finds, it'll give you a check marks next to. Most of them, as you can see, are missing shared DLL files, invalid firewall rules, unused extensions. So for all of those, obsolete software key, again from itself. That's kind of humorous to me. Anyway, all of those items I don't really care about, so I'm going to go ahead and fix the selected issues, fix all, and then again I scan it until I don't find any issues, or the issues that it finds I want to specifically bypass. Found no issues, so I'm good with that. I appreciate you watching this, and stay tuned for the next set.